for a little bit because we like to keep this open because it's such a narrow road.
We have kids and it's by a road, so we like to be able to see if they're running in or whatnot.
I can move up a little bit.
You can go ahead and move back.
So I don't know how far.
A little bit. There you go. Good.
We try to keep this whole strand clear, bro, for the kids because of all this stuff. Like, we have coffee here, so all the kids are running around.
It's a public street.
See if they're running in the streets or not.
It's a public street. So
you're right, it is.
So I'm gonna park right here.
We're just asking if you'd be considerate. That's all.
I am of the preborn who are being murdered.
Okay.
And
we don't. Hey, we're pro-choice as well. Pro-life. We're anti-pro-choice. We're pro-life.
That's why I'm here.
We believe in that.
That's why I'm here. And then I hope you'll appreciate the band being here.
Well, I don't, just because again we have families with small children, and a lot of these images are pretty disturbing.
Well,
you know,
but
and the people that are coming here, like it's like you're preaching to the choir, man. Like the people here love Jesus. They want to see, like they want to see babies be born. All of this, man.
But what actions are y'all taking? Is the question to actually rescue babies from being murdered.
Every day we preach the gospel. Every Sunday we preach the gospel. Yeah, we preach Jesus. We preach Him crucified. We preach that there's no other way but Him. As a matter of fact, today we're doing a message on marriage and the importance of family. And so, yeah, we're a Bible-believing, Bible-preaching church, man. So like, I just feel like this is it's not. It doesn't do you any good to be here. People are on that thing. We're seeing people get saved, healed, like.
Well, I mean, if you're all pro-life, then I want to exhort you to take action or to take more action because babies are being murdered and nobody cares.
Right, for sure. Well, actually, kind of on the back burner. We're a brand new church too, by the way. We're only a year old. We've tried to do this whole thing in a pandemic, and it's been crazy. But we're being super proactive as far as trying to figure out how to help families foster and adopt. We have a few families here that have fostered to adopt, and just beautiful and wonderful. And so that's again what we're trying, bro.
Well, I mean, I want to exhort you. There's a Planned Parenthood here in the city and other places where they murder babies.
Yeah.
And
it's brutal, man.
Does anybody here go out there?
It's sad. Do we go out to Planned Parenthood?
Yeah.
No, not as of now. Like I said, bro, we're a year old, man.
Well, you've had a year. You've had a year to go out there.
Yeah. Okay. Right? Well, but that's why, man. That's your passion, your call. I mean, that would be a great place to park.
It's not a calling. It's a command of Scripture.
Okay.
God commands it, and why don't we obey it? We're called to love our neighbor as ourselves. All of us are called to do that.
Exactly.
But most of us refuse to obey that.
Yeah.
We only want to obey it when it's comfortable. We don't want to obey it by going out to where they're murdering our neighbors. We don't want to obey it by actually rescuing those who are being taken away to death, as Proverbs 24:11 states.
Yeah.
To visit orphans in their distress. We're not.
Right.
Most Christians aren't doing that.
Right.
And
like I said, we do have families here that are fostering to adopt. There'll probably be a family here in a third service that has 3 kids. I've got another family that'll be here second service that just adopted a special needs child that nobody wanted. Like, we're rocking it, bro. We really are. So.
Well, consider this an exhortation to go to do more as well, because that's good. We need to adopt more kids.
Right.
But we can't stop there. We have to rescue those who are.
We got to rescue those that are. Yeah, exactly.
And so I mean, I really want to exhort you all to do that. To go out to Planned Parenthood. Most abortion mills I go to, the sidewalks are empty or near empty, and that's the sin and fault of the churches. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Pro-life churches that refuse to obey God and love their neighbor. It's the sin of the churches, the disobedience of the churches.
Yeah.
I mean, and really consider, what's your name on Nicholas?
What?
What's your name on Nicholas?
I'm Jeff.
Oh, consider, Jeff, just what more you can do.
Yeah.
Because this is the sin of the churches in this, not just here in Oceanside, but in this nation.
Right.
We're letting babies get murdered, and we're excusing ourselves from rescuing them.
Right.
And we need to stop doing that. Because how can we call ourselves Christians when we know when and where babies are being murdered, our neighbors are being murdered, and we won't lift a finger to save them, but say, well, that's someone else's calling. Right. No, it's our calling. We're all called to obey God.
We are called, yeah.
Pray-
get it.
So really consider that. And if you all are loving your neighbor, I mean, get people out to Planned Parenthood. That place should be shut down. It operates because the churches let it operate.
Yeah, we'll definitely look into it for sure. I'm not in support of it. I'm not about it.
Well, we support it with our silence.
Yeah.
The churches support it with their silence.
Not
Silence in the face of evil is itself evil.
We're like I said, man, we preach Jesus every week. We preach salvation every week. We preach the importance of life.
Me
all that
too.
stuff, bro. Yeah.
So you should be praising God this van is right here.
Yeah, but just again, like I understand your heart behind it, but the tactics here, just it's a little bit wild. And again, for a lot of our people showing up with their kids and all this stuff, it's going to be like we got whole families, bro. We got 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds.
They can understand.
It's just a bit much, man.
Well, it's 48 years of baby murder is a bit much, don't you think?
I agree.
Churches
bro.
doing nothing.
No, I
That's
agree,
a bit
but
much.
I just don't know if this is the exact answer, and especially on a date like today, it's just, man, I'm asking you, bro, from one brother to another, from somebody again who does preach Jesus. We are Bible believing. We're like, we want to see people saved. We got families showing up. It's just, I just don't know if this is the right message or the right way to send this message, especially that again, because we're outdoors. There's kids everywhere. I've got babies walking up right now. I got a family with a baby walking up right now.
They can have compassion, so can you.
Huh?
They can have compassion, and so can you.
We have
Think about these children.
I know, bro.
Don't try to hide from the kids.
I'm not
let it
trying
break
to
their
hide from this. Breaks my heart.
Let it break their hearts too.
Yeah, it breaks my heart.
They're growing up in a culture that says this is okay to do to children in the womb. That says
Right.
it was okay to murder them in the womb. Don't try to hide it from them. You are.
Bro.
You don't want them to see it. Let them see it.
Yeah, for a 4-year-old, this isn't appropriate for them to look at.
I think it is.
Okay.
Do you want them to grow up in a culture that says this is okay to do to children? I don't. But they're being taught it's okay to murder people in the womb because the churches do nothing and they're silent. That's what they're being
I know,
taught.
but I'm telling you though is that you're at the wrong church for this, bro, because we're not silent, man.
No, but by your response, I know I'm at the right church. I hope you'll have compassion on these children, sir.
I do have compassion.
I'm not saying it.
Me, my heart breaks.
Then why do you want me to move the van?
I want you to move the van because I believe these images for a 5-year-old little girl to look at.
She can have compassion. Unlike you, she can have compassion. You may not believe it, but it's true. I've seen 5-year-old children. I've seen younger children have compassion, and I hope you can too.
I do.
I hope-
But I am asking you though. I know this is a public street, but because of our compassion, we don't want kids getting hit by cars. We like to keep this open so that we can watch if they ran out into the street or whatnot. Again, meeting outdoors is
Oh,
all
they're not
sorts of
danger.
craziness. So
They'll be fine. Really consider with these children right here. These children are dead because the churches do nothing. That's why they were murdered. It is compassion, sir.